to Football Guys Sunday Morning Live. I am Joey Wright, joined by my good friends, as always, Jeff Bell and Jagger May. How you guys doing today?
Ready to
Fantastic,
hurt again.
man.
Yeah, we're having
Ready
some
for
laughs
football.
before the show. Yeah, so ready for week 3. We're going to be here with you guys every game Sunday from 10:30 to 11:15 to answer all of your fantasy football related questions. But that's not all. We're just the first step. Right after us at 11:30, I believe they did build in a potty break for everyone. Dave Kluge, Alfredo Brown, and injury expert Adam Hutchinson will be here to answer all of your questions. Guys, we have a lot of people that have been out, players that have been out. So let's get right into that today. First off the list, right off the top, we found out yesterday, Jalen Waddle will not be playing today. What does this mean for the Dolphins offense? Is this a Devin A-Chain day? Are we just going to see Tyreek Hill get everything? Jagger, what are you thinking here?
I like Braxton Berrios. He's already been getting a lot of burn, even when both of those guys are there. And this is the perfect system that works for him. Mike McDaniels gets his guys, his track stars open in space with a lot of motion. So if you're desperate or you need desperate for a flex play, if you've been hit by the injury bug at your wide receiver position, I don't mind putting Braxton Berrios in my lineup. I don't know how chalky he is for DFS. I'm not a DFS guy, but that sounds good. That sounds good in theory.
Yeah, I default to Craycraft there over Barrios. I don't know that Barrios' role is going to change much, and Craycraft is the guy that seems to have a step up and outside targets. I'm a little bit, I don't know. I think everybody's full steam ahead on Tyreek Hill, and you're certainly playing Tyreek Hill in every situation possible, but he's going to draw that matchup with Patrick Surtain, and we've seen in the past, like that's one of the premier covered corners, and so it's gonna be interesting to see. Like I think everybody's kind of defaulting to Miami rolling in that game, but we see these spots in the NFL where upsets do happen.
Yeah, it's Joshua Kelly week again with Austin Eckler, another week out. Do you guys feel a little more confident in him this week than you were last week? Because I know last week we were a little down on him.
I mean, it's matchup. He goes from one of the worst matchups in the league to one of the best matchups in the league. I think the talent's there. Eckler sounds like it's going to be a multi-week thing, so it's it's a great opportunity for Kelly to step forward. And the biggest reveal last week, I thought there might be a chance of a split in that backfield, and it didn't look like it at all. Elijah Dotson was the guy that got second carries. Isaiah Spiller looks like he's just not involved.
Yeah, that's been really surprising to me this year. Is last year I was expecting to see something from Spiller because the Chargers really seem to like him, but this year it just seems like he's not even involved. So David Montgomery is doubtful. He's not been ruled out last I saw. So if you've got Jahmyr Gibbs, this might be the week. Craig Reynolds has been involved though, so keep a lookout for that. And Jamal Williams was added to the IR. And Jeff and Ash we were talking about this before the show. Is this going to be a Tony Jones game or is this going to be a Kendre Miller game? And we were I don't know if we were divided on it, Jeff, but I do think this could be the Kendre Miller week. But then Kamara comes back, it might not be more than a week. Jagger, what do you think?
When it comes to volume, it's the Kendre Miller week for sure. So I know Alfredo had an excellent point that, you're picking him up on the waiver wire and you're hoping to put him in your flex at the very least. If you're putting him in like your RB spot, I hope that you have a 0 RB build. But other than that, it's like you said, if there's going to be any week, it's right now. And then to piggyback a little bit what you said on your David Montgomery being in, it was a sleeper report update, so take that with a grain of salt.
Okay.
But Jahmyr Gibbs is probably going to get a lot of those lineups. So the David Montgomery I do have, if I can fade him, I probably am. So
okay, excellent. All right. And Jeff, were you in on Tony Jones Jr.? Or were you out? Maybe I wasn't listening as well as I should have been to my good friend Jeff Bell.
I just think it's going to be a split. I think it's going to be a muddled backfield. I think they're both. I don't know. I mean, the talent I think is there, but I do think that sometimes with these rookies, we get a little bit too dynasty brained and expect guys to come in and light things up when the coaching staff defaults to the guy that they know. And I think it's a difficult matchup. I think they're going to split carries. I think Taysom Hill's going to be involved in the backfield, and I'm hesitant to be wheels up on Kendre Miller.
He also is coming off of an injury, towards the end of the preseason, he did deal.
He's almost hardly practiced at all.
Yeah. So that's some very good points there, Jeff. I might have to move my rankings a little bit. Also out this week, Anthony Richardson. So it will be the Gardner Minshew show there. Bryce Young is also out. I'm going to ask you guys this question. How do we feel about Andy Dalton today? Seattle's given up, 300 yards back-to-back weeks. If you're in a 2-quarterback league, is it the worst start in the world if you have to stick him in there?
I mean, he's in my bottom 5 of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And so I think it's less that I feel good about Dalton being a starting option and more that I feel a little bit better about Dalton getting that Carolina offense moving more than what Bryce Young was showing. I think Bryce Young was really struggling.
Excellent. Also out this week, Justice Hill. So it looks like Gus Edwards is going to be full go, and as well as Odell Beckham Jr. I know we've kind of praised Zay Jones' name each week on the show. Is this even more work for Zay Jones this week?
Well, Zay Jones is out. Zay Flowers, buddy.
Zay Flowers. Oh, I was doing
all
so
the time,
good.
man.
Oh, man. Zay Flowers, though. I mean, Zay Jones, to bring that up, he also is out this week, though.
I'm worried about weather. I 3 games that I'm worried about. I'm worried about weather in that Baltimore Indianapolis game, and I think they could really rely on the ground game there. Worried about weather with Washington and Buffalo. It sounds like that, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, the weather might have moved through already, but then the other game would be the Patriots and the Jets game. Sounds like it's going to have some weather involved in that one too.
Perfect. I'll breeze through these questionables real quick. Aaron Jones and Christian Watson. It looks like Christian Watson is not going to play today. Aaron Jones, wait and see. Joe Burrow, that's the big question Monday night with Joe Burrow. I believe the big advice is to go out and get Matthew Stafford if he's out there, and that way you'll know which way to go. And Puka Nacua is questionable, but coach Sean McVay said he does expect him to play. And Devonta Smith was a questionable I saw pop up on Thursday. Haven't seen any updates on that. So I guess keep an eye on that if you do have him in your lineup. Quez Watkins is out, so you would not be able to start him in his place. And then expected to be on the field this week, Amon St. Brown, DK Metcalf, Isaiah Pacheco, and Kareem Hunt making his debut this season for the Browns. All right, guys. Well, I'm sure we got a bunch of questions in there, so let's just hop right into them. Morning, Micah. I have Damian Pierce as my RB2, and he is going on the bench. Who should I replace him with? Gus, Kendre, or Khalil Herbert?
I think Kendre is the play here. Gus second. I like Khalil third, honestly, because I think at least for this season, Roshan is going to get a lot of burn. I think he's going to eat into Khalil Herbert's carries a lot.
I think it's Gus Edwards, and I don't think it's remotely close. I think Gus Edwards with Justice Hill out is going to be the primary back for the Ravens. I think that they're going to be a ground-based attack, and that game against Indianapolis, they should be killing clock, and they should have multiple scoring opportunities for Edwards. Again, I'm a little bit more hesitant on what Miller's role is going to look like. And then Khalil Herbert, I think that this could be the week where you see it flip between Roshan Johnson getting the primary work there.
Yeah, I agree with Jagger on Khalil Herbert. He's my third player here, but I would go Gus Edwards over.
Yeah, I don't hate the Gus at all. I just have questions about that backfield split still. So that's about it for me.
So you think Melvin Gordon, or you think Kenny and Drake's going to come in? I think it's the week that it's all going to be Gus, and then maybe we'll see some more split moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. All right, next question, guys. Second chance. Last week, unanimous choice, Kelly over Brian Robinson. Boo. Sorry about that, buddy. Sit 2, Joshua Kelly, Brian Robinson, Ridley Olave. Who are we sitting between those 4 guys?
This team is stacked. It's your running backs, but like, I mean, I gotta know what this team is like, because like to me, half of those are all starters. So.
Yeah, I would start.
Scoring format, I think, matters a little bit in this one too, because, I mean, if this is PPR at all, I want all those wide receivers because I'm not worried about the Jair. I mean, a little bit worried about Jair, but gosh, this is a good team. Good, congrats to you.
Congratulations on a good team, Tony. All right, I would say Brian Robinson. I know he's the RB3 right now, but out of this group of stud wide receivers, and probably Mike Williams. Although I don't want to say Mike Williams. I like Mike Williams a lot, but he would in this scenario. All right, Danny's in here. What defense should you start, Eagles or Jaguars? Jagger, who are you starting the defense-wise?
Jaguars, to be honest. That's just because of the Texans matchup. But the Eagles are going to be a good defense regardless, at least racking up some sacks and slowing down an offense. So,
all right. James, Jeff wants to know Fields or Love. Thanks.
Justin Fields. I mean, I don't know. I think this is the week that we get rolling with the rushing game. I understand hesitation on what he's put out on the field, but it's now or never in Chicago, it feels like.
Yeah. You agree, Jagger, or you on Jordan Love? Okay.
To me, you got the floor. I had this question on a recent show on here where, like, to be honest, I don't hate anyone for starting Jordan Love. This is classic what we normally say. You know, Jordan Love is that floor play that I don't hate anyone for playing. But Justin Fields, you got to think he's going to get more than 2 carries. You know, and then that's a whole other different floor. So I am playing Justin Fields as a personal, you know, like chasing upside. But Jordan Love is the safe play.
Munzie in here again with us. Welcome in. Good morning. Half PPR. How do you feel about Michael Thomas versus Garrett Wilson this week? Jagger, which side will you go there?
Michael Thomas. Jeff brought up weather games. I'm concerned about the Pats Jets game. There's even for a good quarterback, they got like 30-mile-an-hour winds. So I see Bill Belichick just running the ball a lot, keeping that offense on the field, and then that doesn't even include the fact that we have Zach Wilson throwing the ball. So
he needs a running back too, Jeff. Roshan Johnson, Kenny Gainwell, or Craig Reynolds?
Roshan Johnson, I think. Gainwell maybe. Gainwell's probably a little bit safer, and Roshan Johnson probably has a little bit more ceiling. Craig Reynolds, I think you're really just hoping that he gets into the end zone.
All right, Bruce is in here with us again. Welcome in, Bruce. I'm sad and chubless. In a 2-quarterback, 6 pass point per touchdown league, Derek Carr, Jordan Love, or Desmond Ridder. I would go Derek Carr, I believe, in this matchup. Jeff's agreeing with me. Jagger, where would you go?
I'd go Love and Carr. I don't feel good about Carr, but like definitely Love is the easy hands down slam dunk. So
Jim's asking us if Amon-Ra St. Brown's ready to go. Last I heard, he is, but check in definitely at 11:30 when Adam Hutchinson's here. He will definitely give some injury analysis on that. That'll help you out a little bit more than we'll be able to. But last I heard, he is in today or expected to start. Full PPR start 3: Addison, Lockett, Higgins, and Flowers. Congratulations on having that little foursome there. I have Gus Edwards and Bijan got 5 points from Waller. Oof. So you need to play a little bit of upside to maybe make up for a little bit of that Waller dud. I would go Lamar over Tua. And then what about those 3 wide receivers, guys? Where are we heading there?
I like Higgins the least right now.
Okay.
Until and that's me playing safe. It's a Monday night game. They haven't been good with Burrow there. I do think a lot of that has to do with Burrow playing injured, but I like Lockett and Flowers. Addison and Higgins are the 2 big questions right now, and I'd probably play Adams because I don't want to risk scrambling on a Monday night. So
I'd watch the weather on this. The weather would be a tiebreaker, I think, between Addison and Flowers. I mean, Higgins had 2 touchdowns last week with the injured Burrow, and so I'm more in on Higgins. And we go on ranks. I got Higgins and Lockett as clear wide receiver 2s. Flowers and Addison are kind of in that wide receiver 3 tier. I want pieces of that Vikings-Chargers game, but Flowers, I think, has a bigger locked-in role. So it's a little bit Flowers for safety, Addison for upside.
Okay. All right. If Christian Watson plays or doesn't play, who would you start between Elijah Moore, Christian Watson, and Jaden Reed? I mean, if Christian Watson doesn't play, I would be in on Jaden Reed. Jagger, what about you?
Same for Jaden Reed. And this isn't me being my usual rookie happy self, but even when Christian Watson does come back, I know it's crazy. I think Dontavian Wicks is the odd man out. Like, I think that Dubs, Reed, and Watson have their clear roles, and Wicks is in the Watson role right now. So it's wheels up for Reed. The Browns just look pretty bad right now, even though Moore has it's just the same tale. When Moore gets the ball, it's fine. I just don't know how often he's going to get the ball. I think this Titans-Browns game is going to be pretty ugly.
Perfect. Logan saying good morning to us. Good morning, Logan. PPR league, Swift or DJ Moore in the flex? Jeff, where are you going on that? Swift or DJ Moore?
I probably defer to DJ Moore because I think they're going to be chasing in that Kansas City game. And I think it's a kitchen sink game a little bit for the Chicago Bears offense to get players involved. And I'm a little bit nervous about what the split is going to be in Philadelphia because, I mean, I think Swift is out of the genie's out of the bottle a little bit on that one, but you never know. I mean, they could shift back. Gainwell was the starter before he was hurt.
All right, and we got to sit one of these players: DeAndre Swift, Michael Thomas, Najee Harris, or Jerome Ford. Which one of those 4 are we going to sit, Jagger?
I'm going to sit probably Najee, to be honest. I know that's crazy. It's Najee. Like we've already gotten reports this morning that that Warren's going to get more touches. Swift, I'm going to start him until I get disappointed, and I'm going to eat it. Jeff, you've been talking up Michael Thomas, and I've been skeptical, and he looks like that. It's been Derek Carr that's looked bad. Like Michael Thomas has looked good, Olave's looked good, and Jerome Ford is going to be a volume play regardless. So,
all right, Kurt Redding in here. Good morning. I'm in a standard league. I need one running back out of McKinnon, Tony Jones, and Kareem Hunt. That's a tough decision. Jeff, where are you heading if you had to pick between one of those three guys?
McKinnon. I know he's not been involved, but with the Isaiah Pacheco coming in banged up, and if they get ahead in this one, I think they could shift from his usage. Hunt, I just don't know what his role is going to look like at all. And then Tony Jones is still very, very iffy on what he's going to do.
You know, I don't think we're soon to forget of like what McKinnon did at the end of the season last year. You know, he still has that in him. So
yeah, and I think we're saving him a little bit for the end of the season because of his veteran status, but you'd have to get him involved at some point.
You'd have to think so. Morning, Dane. PPR flex, Damian Pierce, Tony Jones, or Devontae Parker. That feels like a pretty easy Damian Pierce. Jagger, where are you going there?
Yeah, it's Damian Pierce, and that's ugly because almost any other matchup, I'd probably say Devontae Parker because he's eaten a lot of targets, but it's Pierce.
Yeah, and also Mostert or Dotson in a different league. Jeff, between Mostert and Dotson, where are you going?
Mostert.
Okay. All right. And Santini in here. Godwin, Pickens, Zach Moss, or Jerome Ford. Pick 2.5 PPR league. Jagger, where are we going there? Oh, you're muted, buddy.
Pickens and Godwin. I think that I don't like Pickens. I just think that with Deontay out, he's at least going to have a little bit of volume, and the Bucks look good right now. So,
yeah, we didn't mention that Deion Jackson got cut this week or got let go, whatever you want to say. So Zach Moss should have a role, but are we thinking Jonathan Taylor is going to be back in 2 weeks now? Is it starting to look more and more like that?
I don't know about that.
We're still not there. That.
Do they want to have him on the field, and does he want to be on the field? I guess there's two questions there.
All right, we got the input there. All right, Jason in here. Good morning, guys. I need one running back and one flex out of the following: Ramondre Stevenson, Kyron Williams. If that's Jamal Williams, he is on the IR, so we'll take him right out of there.
Imagine it's Javonte Williams, I would think.
It could be Javonte Williams, Jeff. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not. George Pickens, Tank Dell, or Kendrick Bourne. So we need one running back and one flex out of that group right there.
I'm taking Ramondre as my running back. I'm assuming that's Javonte Williams. I like him this week out of anything, so I'm probably taking him or Pickens as my flex. Again, if it's not a running back, I'm fading any Patriots, especially this week.
The Kyron genie's out of the bottle on that one. I mean, he had almost 77 snaps, like 74 out of 77 snaps, I believe. I think he's the top option out of all these guys, to be honest with you. And then I probably go Ramondre, I think.
Perfect. Cleveland Sanders, full PPR, wants to know between Stroud, Desmond Ridder, Baker Mayfield, or Derek Carr. So does he just need one of them? Yeah, just needs one.
Mayfield for me.
Okay. I would probably go Carr. Or it's Mayfield for Jeff. I'm the lone Carr. All by myself driving down the road. All right. Francisco, good morning. How do you feel about CJ Stroud on my bench? Trevor Lawrence has had a rough start. Stroud reminds me of Watson, rookie year 2017 minus the rushing. Do you think CJ Stroud is a good bench stash, Jeff?
I do. I mean, we've seen the volume on that, but certainly not over Lawrence. But he's thrown more passes in the first two games, I think, than maybe any rookie ever.
All right, Jagger, Eagles defense to be tomorrow and rest of the season, or the Rams for this week? He has an 0-2 start. So,
stop playing with defenses. But I'm going to go with the Eagles. That's the question. That's the answer.
I am bound by law to put them up on the screen.
And I
All
think
right.
that this is a situation, a good opportunity to talk about Joe Burrow, because those are both Monday night defenses. And so you set yourself up well, because if Joe Burrow doesn't play in that game, I'm slamming the Rams defense against Jake Browning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
otherwise, I probably do play the Eagles.
All right. D Cup in here. Flex full point PPR. Pick 2. Jahan Dotson, Gabriel Davis, Kenneth Gainwell, Michael Thomas, Tank Dell, or KJ Osborne. Let's see. If I were to pick, I would probably take Dotson and Thomas. Jeff, where are you going there?
Yeah, I like that. Gabe Davis, I think, is in a weather game that makes that. Well, I guess Dotson is as well. I don't know. I mean, Dotson probably is your safer play, and Davis is probably your ceiling play in that same game. You're dealing with the same elements. Then I go with Michael Thomas.
Jagger, where are you at on that one? That's a fun question.
I like Dotson and Thomas. I think. I think that's my 2, Dotson and Thomas.
Okay, we have an uninspiring list of running backs here. Samaje P. Ryan, Roshan Johnson. His words, not mine. I just stole his joke. Craig Reynolds or Kenny Gainwell. So we need to, I'm assuming, pick one of them. Yeah, it needs one. Oh, man. I'm the Samaje P. Ryan guy, but I still might go Roshan Johnson here.
In my ranks, it's Johnson.
Pains me to say it.
Johnson
Rough
for
ball,
me,
Joey.
Would you say? Yeah, rough
But it's
call. Yeah,
been
there's
a
still
rough-
time. There's
rough
still
2
time.
weeks.
Oh, boy, my mentions. Waffles is in here. Good morning, Waffles. Joshua Kelly or Alexander Madison. Jagger, where are you going between those 2?
Kelly and Dotson. Those are the 2 that I like the most there. And that doesn't sound good. So
I would agree with you on that. All right. Louis in here. Hey, guys, I need one running back. Moss or Gus Edwards? I think we're pretty united with Gus Edwards on this one, or do we like Moss here?
I like Edwards.
All right. Pacheco still questionable. Concerned or not? Last I saw, he was going to be playing, but once again, at 11:30, Adam Hutchinson will be in here, an injury expert. He can give you a ton of insight on that. But last I heard, he will be on the field. Yeah, just a little reminder, like this video and support us, guys. We always appreciate that. Colin's in here. Good morning, Colin. That's a cute baby there. 1 point PPR. Start 2 wide receivers and a flex. He needs the wide receiver 2 and the flex. I apologize. Sky Moore, Rashid Shaheed, Najee Harris, or Jalen Warren. He's currently thinking of rolling with Rashid and Jalen.
I think that's a good gut. I think I don't love Rashid Shaheed, but I think Jalen Warren, that all that narrative is right now. I think he's the better running back, and you got to fade Najee. It's sad, but
yeah, there was a little bit of news about Kadarius Toney being questioned. He is questionable right now. But
he's always questionable.
Yeah, whether there's an injury or not, we're not sure.
Yeah.
All right, Annie's in here. Good morning, Annie. DJ Moore, Nico Collins, or Christian Kirk? Who should I sit?
Christian Kirk, DJ Moore, I think is the sit right now.
Yeah, DJ Moore is probably the sit out of this group.
If Annie would have asked us any of the Monday night games, I would have sang Tomorrow from the musical and Annie, but she didn't, so I'm not going to sing. So, all right, let's move over to Troubled Mind. If we like the video before you start, you might not show up. Oh, do you like drafting a Rams running back?
No.
Nope.
Not right now.
No, it's he's saying like
Sometimes
a Rams running back, they might not show up before you start.
Oh, okay.
Oh. All right. Desmond Ridder, Justin Fields, or Deshaun Watson this week?
Paying Fields, though.
Your relation to Desmond Ridder on this question here, because Fields or Watson easily over Ridder. I understand the struggles the other two, but
yeah. All right. Joshua Dixon in here. Good morning, Joshua. DeAndre Hopkins or Jacoby Myers, half point PPR. Man, that's just 3 weeks ago. Think of that question being asked to you. It'd probably still be Hopkins for me. Jeff, where are you going?
Getting the volume. I mean, the injury is a concern, but he's still getting the volume.
I'm opposite. I'm going Jacoby Myers here, to be honest. So,
got a tight end question. Might be the first of the day. Njoku or Pitts in 10-team half point PPR.
Njoku for safety and Pitts for upside. You got
it. Oh, here he's got the nose on.
It's
Pitts, baby. Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
I love it. You know, I forgot about it, but as soon as I saw it, I got so excited, Jagger. So thank you for that. Dickinson's in here. Good morning, Dickinson. Full PPR. Godwin, Kelly, or Sanders in the flex? So starting running backs are
It's
James
Kelly for
Cook,
me.
Kyron Williams. What'd you say now, Jeff? One more time.
Kelly for me.
Okay.
I'm going Matthew Berry route and starting my studs. I like Kelly more than Sanders for sure, but I'm going Godwin here, but for the upside play by a smidge. So
Okay. Tom's in here. Roll with Justin Fields or start Russell Wilson. Jagger, what do you think there? You are in Colorado. Is there any bias here or no?
No, I'm from Arkansas. Like I think the Broncos suck.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
know that.
I'm rolling with. Do I put the clown nose back on? Because I'm rolling with Justin Fields a little bit because of that upside. I do like what I saw from Russell Wilson last week, but I was kind of talking about this on a different show. I don't know how much is Russell Wilson and how much it's just the sheer will of Sean Payton's offense propelling this offense forward. So.
Greg in here saying good morning to us. Good morning, Greg. Start 2 in full PPR, Miles Sanders, James Cook, or Alexander Madison. So you have 3 pretty interesting options there. Jeff, which 2 of these running backs are you going to start?
James Cook is a tier ahead of these guys.
Yeah.
I don't think he belongs in this question, but I'm going to go Madison on matchup upside, I think, and Sanders concerns me a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
DJ Moore or Michael Thomas in a full flex PPR. Morning, Mike.
DJ Moore.
Another cute baby. DJ Moore. All right. Yeah. If you want me to read your question for sure, put a picture of your baby in your icon and I will want to see that baby. So as a dad. Start Jordan Love or Matthew Stafford. Ooh, I like Matthew Stafford. Jagger, where are you going here?
Love by a smidge, but I believe it or not, is it crazy that Stafford's an upside play? Like I feel like Stafford's an upside play. He's on fire right now, man. He's on fire.
Tomahawk in here. Brandon Cooks, Josh Downs, or Khalil Herbert. Pick one. Oof. Is Brandon Cooks gonna? I didn't see that he was questionable this week, so he might be out there.
Yeah, I think he's out there. Yeah, Herbert probably on safety, I guess, and the Cooks for upside. I'd probably defer to Cooks. It feels like a get-right game against the Cardinals this week for that Dallas passing attack.
Yep.
So we have a trade question in here.
Wrong with it, but it feels like a go-off game.
Matt Hoy's in here. 12-man PPR Superflex. Do I trade Burrow and Breece Hall for Anthony Richardson and Jalen Waddle?
I hate that.
Pretty heavy trade. Yeah.
I don't hate that at all, to be honest. Especially in Superflex. That means I don't know what your other QB2 is, but I guess in this case maybe your QB1. That sounds good, and you got good running backs. I don't hate that.
Yeah, and I think in Dynasty my answer would be different, but in redraft it's where Richardson and Waddle.
Yep.
Excellent. All right. Good morning. 1 point PPR, Joshua Kelly or James Cook. 2 running backs that we both like. All 3 of us like this week. Where are we heading though between the 2?
Cook.
Yep.
Okay. All right. A troubled mind. It's got a nice bird in there. It's not a baby, but it's a bird. Half point PPR. Pick 3. Puka Nacua, Tyler Lockett, Amari Cooper, and Christian Kirk. So we got to sit one of those guys.
I'm sitting Cooper.
Because he's questionable, dealing with possible injury, that might be the best play here.
And he's dealing with Deshaun Watson, so this
is true too. I was trying to be nice. But Christian Kirk with Zay Jones out. That's just one more target to go away. I think Evan Ingram might get some looks this week. So if you got Evan Ingram, now might be the time to start him. All right, Mark. Good morning. Flex spot, Drake London or Calvin Ricky. I don't know who Calvin Ridley, though. I would like between these 2. Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, it's Calvin Ridley, if it's truly Calvin Ridley in the question, but yes.
All right, caller needs in full point PPR, need 1. Amon St. Brown or Nico Collins. He's got Keenan Allen and Olave going. I think if Amon St. Brown's on the field, you start him.
Yeah, but I love this because this is finally showing Nico Collins, I think, the respect he deserves. I think people are still kind of hesitant on that, and he's 5th in the league in yards receiving. So
would you start Nico over either Olave or Keenan Allen? I think Olave is the closest.
No,
one.
I mean, this is a classic start your studs, and I have Nico raked behind all 3 of these guys, but Nico's getting real close to that, and it's a good question.
All right. Jim Coop. In a PPR league, he needs 1 running back and 1 flex. We got some players here. Jalen Warren Hey, threw me off with the period between Jalen and Warren. Roshan Johnson, Kendra Miller, Braxton Berrios, Kendra Bourne, and Adam Thielen. So he needs one running back and a flex. So between Warren and Roshan Johnson and Miller, who do we like as the running back there, guys?
I think I'm going to go Warren a little bit, and then it's Roshan for me. So
out of these wide receivers, okay. Right,
just a reminder, PPR, guys. I like Thielen more. I think as a flex because I think that
Miller.
Yeah, we saw volume last week that Thielen received, and so I think he's got PPR upside.
He does seem like an Andy Dalton type of target as well.
He does, don't you think?
I
feel like I can see them having breakfast together and decide, this is my
somebody
dude.
Made what's the Breakfast Club with they invited Puka Nacua in, and somebody made was it Golden Corral Club, the 4 p.m. Golden Corral Club about Andy Dalton and Adam Thielen. I thought that was pretty funny. And just a reminder, guys, we got about 15 minutes left here, but then at 11:30, Dave Kluge, Alfredo Brown, and injury expert Adam Hutchinson will be here to answer your questions, getting a little bit closer up to game time. So just a reminder there. All right, Gino or Watson, Jagger, between those two, usually last year there could have been good quarterbacks. This year, a little bit of a rough start. Where are you going, Gino or Watson?
It's Gino for me.
Go see an optometrist, by the way, there, Dolo.
Shout out to Pan's Labyrinth.
The nice reference in the palms. Yeah. All right. Just for kicks, rest of season stash. Zach Evans, Cam Akers, Trey Sermon, or Kendra Miller?
Kendra Miller by a lot.
Yeah. All right. Like Carl's calling saying, hey, fellas, he needs a flex. Josh Kelly, Aaron Jones, Tutu Atwell, or Zay Flowers?
Flowers and Aaron Jones, but I don't think Aaron Jones is playing, so Flowers.
Have we heard any updates on any of these injury situations? Because Jones is certainly one that I'm watching. I like Kelly out of all this group, to be honest with you. I like that matchup quite a bit.
I checked Aaron Jones right before we came on, and it was still just up to game time. So that can be a tough decision for people to make. Let's see. Keep Pierce in the lineup. It depends who you have out there, Rico. This has it's been a tough start to the season. I'm a Dameon Pierce guy, and I'm kind of benching him if I can until I see something good out of him. Billy in here, Gus or Kendra Miller, and Tutu or Kirk. It'll be Kirk and Gus for me. Jagger, where are you at?
It's Gus for me as well. I think, it's Gus for me about a lot. I like Kirk as my second there as well. I really like to uptick in usage, and the fact that it's one of those things where we got coaches speak that was backed up by stats.
Zay Flowers or George Pickens?
It's Flowers for me. The Colts matchup is pretty soft. So,
okay, Jeff Mo who says, who is a good stash prior to game time that could gain value today? Thoughts on Elijah Dotson, Jeff? What do you think about Elijah Dotson?
Well, I mean, Austin Eckler looks like a multi-week injury, and if Josh Kelly goes down, he can certainly gain volume. Anytime you're in these types of situations, make sure the end of your bench is filled with clear, like backup running back situations that are available on your waivers. And we've seen it's just where you're going to get value at this point of the season already. I think the reveal wide receivers I'm very skeptical. I think Puka's a guy this year, and it's usually one or two guys.
All right. Full PPR, pick 3, Garrett Wilson, Mike Evans, AJ Brown, Zay Flowers, and George Pickens. Jagger, which 3 of those are you starting today?
Brown, the Brown, Flowers, and Evans, I think is like I disrespected Mike Evans enough. So
one of these weeks I'll be with the Creamsicle week. I'll be rocking my Creamsicle Mike Evans jersey for that episode.
Nice.
So everyone can look forward to that. Julian Ortiz in here. Good morning, Julian. Garrett Wilson, Tank Dell, Zach Moss, and full PPR. Jeff, where are you going there?
Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I mean, I know he's going down, but man.
Yeah, there's no way I can not throw up and put Zach Moss or Tank Dell over Garrett Wilson. I would rather lose with Garrett Wilson than probably win with Zach Moss.
Isn't that the thing? It's like I just can't do it. I'd rather, we've all been there. Mark in here. Good morning. Mark's gonna goat. Also, another entry. If you put a picture of a barnyard animal, Your question will get up here. Trade Christian Watson and Alec Pierce for Nico Collins and Antonio Gibson. I don't know if I like that trade.
In redraft, I like it quite a bit.
You do?
Dynasty,
Okay.
I'm out on that one. Yeah, I think Nico Collins is the most valuable player in the deal.
You think even when Watson comes back, that's pretty bold. I
Yes.
like Nico Collins,
I don't think it's
but
bold at all. I think that they're going to throw the ball at Houston, and I think he's the clear. He works very well in the intermediate areas that CJ Stroud excels in, and so I think I'm comfortable having Nico Collins over Christian Watson rest of the season.
Yep.
All right, Billy in here. Good morning, Billy. Good morning, Gus or Miller, and then Tutu or Kirk. I think we answered this one, so
yeah,
it's Gus and Kirk.
Yes.
I need 2 from Connor, Swift, and Kelly. It would be Swift and Kelly for me. Yeah, I do not like this matchup for James Conner this week. I see a lot of people out there starting him, and I am really worried about James Conner. All right, Kevin in here. Good morning, Kevin. He needs help picking right now. Sit 2, Amari Cooper, Michael Pittman, Mike Williams, George Pickens, and Zay Flowers, and a half PPR. So he's got to sit 2 of those guys.
Mike Williams for sure is my favorite out of the bunch. And then Amari Cooper is my least favorite. Excuse me. Mike Williams is my favorite to start. Amari Cooper is my favorite to sit. To me, it's between Pittman, Flowers, and Pickens. And I think of course, I like Flowers. Like I said, it's not even just about Flowers. I think the Colts have a really terrible secondary. And then I'm actually going with Pittman over Pickens here because Minshew's capable and they're going to probably run. Richardson isn't there to run. So I think Pittman can eat a lot of targets still.
I'm Cooper and Pickens and Mike Williams. I think you look at Pittman and Flowers, that's both sides of that weather game potentially. And I might be off base on the weather thing. I haven't seen the reports this morning of where the game's going to land, but I know leading up to this week, that tropical storm was supposed to be involved.
Okay. We've got about 10 minutes left, guys. All right. Will Jaylen Warren and Roschon Johnson take over today? Will there be a switch on both games or just one?
I feel a lot better about Johnson taking over than Warren actually taking over because I think that they're going to be still bullheaded about Najee, to be honest with you. And I think it's a good matchup for Najee to get right a little bit against the Raiders. But I think Roschon Johnson is we are on the precipice of the takeover.
All right, pick one of these guys. Garrett Wilson, James Conner, Tyler Algier, or Isaiah Pacheco. You get to start one. Is it Garrett Wilson?
Yeah, I hope it's Garrett Wilson. I don't know of another Wilson I like right now. I can't think of. You feel like I start one, it's Wilson, and then it's probably Algier for me over Conner and Pacheco.
If I knew Pacheco was healthy, he would be my start here. But just that risk that he might not start at 4:00 today or 4:25 today, I can't pick Pacheco in this. I need to pick someone that I do know is going to be on the field. All right, PPR start 1, Christian Kirk, Drake London, or Nicole Collins, Nico's cousin.
Nico.
Yeah. Get Nicole out of there, but get Nico in there. All right. Godwin, Mike Evans, Pickens, or Metcalf. Need 2 wide receivers, and Metcalf is expected to play today in standard. So no points for receptions in this league.
Mike Williams is one of your receivers. Probably DK, I think. But man, they're all kind of in that same tier. And so you're hoping for a touchdown in standard.
This is a deep question here Daniel has for us. Luke Musgrave or Nelson Aguilar against the elements? I like that, against the elements.
Musgrave for upside. Aguilar. I mean, the Ravens are using Aguilar, so I think he's relevant. This is one where I want to start Musgrave, but Aguilar is someone I'm monitoring for sure. I know that's not the best answer.
Blake in here. Pacheco or Javonte? Pacheco might not play, so I'll go Javonte.
Yeah, it's not even a question.
Yeah. All right, PPR. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, or Jahan Dotson?
Dotson is weird to say, but to be honest, it's Dotson, London, and Garrett Wilson for me in that order.
All right. Chris in here. Good morning, Chris. He's going to the Super Bowl, apparently. Morning, fellas. PPR sit to Marquise Brown, Puka Nacua, Chris Godwin, Mike Williams, Jahan Dotson, and T. Higgins. I think we're all pretty united on Puka and Mike Williams starting today. So I think we're going to need to sit two between Hollywood Brown, Chris Godwin, Jahan Dotson, and Higgins.
I think it's Dotson and Brown for me.
Okay. Yeah, if I can not have Cardinals in my lineup, I would like that.
Yeah, that's usually the default.
All right, pick two Jagger, half PPR, Zach Moss, Elijah Moore, Kendra Miller, Hollywood Brown, or Jacoby Myers. We know you like Jacoby Myers this week.
I was gonna say I think it's Kendre Miller and Zach Moss and Jacoby Myers.
Okay.
Kendre and Zach Moss are pretty tied for me. So,
and we have Joe Everett getting behind us on the stop playing team defense. So go IDP. IDP is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. How you doing, Joey, in your IDP league?
So the first week I got stomped. I'm in the Kings Classic IDP league, and the second week I lost to Footballguys' own John Norton by like 15 points. I was very respectful, and even John sent me a message. He's like, I didn't think I was going to pull it out, but I'm fine.
You're learning a lot.
But I did. I learned I should have taken defensive linemen a lot earlier. I was taking linebackers left and right who put up a lot of points, but defensive linemen that put up a lot of points, they're tough to come by. So
yeah,
I learned. Yeah, got schooled that day. Jerome Ford or Joshua Kelly. Where are we going, guys?
Yeah, Kelly easily.
Yeah, and then PPR as well. Rick, I see your question there. Definitely Kelly. All right, North Nova. Oh, sorry. I can't blank that out. Let's answer it quick. Tyler Algier, Dallar Reed. We'll get it off the screen.
Algier.
All right. Sorry, Joe. All right. DraftKings single entry. I'll throw this to you, Jeff. Zach Moss, Gus Edwards, or Miles Sanders, or any other running back under 5,900.
Edwards. I think DraftKings is full PPR, so that might swing it towards Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders might catch less rostership than the other two, but I think Edwards is the safest play.
Perfect. All right, so Amon-Ra St. Brown or Hollywood Brown, you're going to go Amon-Ra St. Brown there. Dustin, pick two in PPR, Lamb, DJ Moore, Jamar Chase. You already started Debo. Congratulations, and Waller. Oops, sorry about that. Projected to win by 18. Yay. But that was a roller coaster comment. Like, I was all over the place there. So pick two, guys, between Lamb, DJ Moore, and Jamar Chase.
You are not sitting DJ Moore and CeeDee Lamb not sitting Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb for DJ Moore. Just
now here's Justin Fields or Jared Goff. You're muted, Jagger.
You're muted, bud.
I know this is ugly, but I'm starting Jared Goff. Like,
I don't think it's that ugly.
For me, it is because I have no Jared Goff and a lot of Justin Fields.
James, good morning, James. Dynasty PPR, Jerome Ford or Gus Edwards. Where are we going there for this week and then Dynasty? The Dynasty, who would you rather have?
I mean, Dynasty's Jerome Ford moving forward, but Edwards for this week, matchup's way better for Edwards.
All right. Good morning, Eric. We got about 3 minutes left, so we're going to rapid fire through these guys. Better upside handcuff, Warren Spears or A-Chain?
Tajay Spears.
Shout him out. Javonte or Miles Sanders?
Williams.
Pierce, Ford, Javonte as a flex. Good morning, Hunter.
Javonte.
Okay. I need to start one. Gus Edwards, Javonte Williams, or Najee? So Gus Edwards or Javonte?
Gus.
Gus. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, Evans or Keenan Allen as a cash play?
Allen. I'm sorry, Keenan Allen.
Allen, yeah.
Okay. And Gainwell or Kendre Miller? It's gonna be Kendre Miller for us. Make sure to smash that like button. We love that. Half PPR need to drop one for a 1 week quarterback replacement. Charbonnet, P. Ryan, or Gainwell?
Definitely not Charbonnet. P. Ryan.
Yeah, don't drop Charbonnet.
P. Ryan. Sorry, Joey. Pour one out.
It's all right. It's fine. It's fine. Does Taysom get 10 points today? He's a sneaky tight end start, if you ask me. Does he get 10 though, guys?
He could, man. He could get 10 any game. That's
yeah.
All right. Pick two or pick one. T. Higgins, Gabe Davis, or Zay Flowers?
T. Higgins.
Flowers for me still.
All right. 2 quarterback league. Which two would you start? Stafford, Fields, Pickett, or Russell Wilson?
First two, Pickett's and Stafford and Fields.
Yep. Tyler Lockett or Zay Flowers? 12 points per reception. Wow. That's half point PPR.
Rock it.
I would assume. All right, that's going to be our last one today, guys. Just a reminder, if you've not liked and subscribed to the Football Guys YouTube page, make sure you go ahead and do that. And then in about 15 minutes, Alfredo Brown, Dave Kluge, injury expert Adam Hutchinson will be here to answer your closer to start time questions, and any injury questions, definitely throw those to Adam. And just remember, our weekly rankings up on Football Guys are always free. Sigmund Bloom, Dave Kluge, Alfredo Brown, Jeff Bell's rankings are up there. My rankings are up there now. Yay, Joey. So yeah, check those out, guys. Always 100% free. And Dave, Alfredo, and Adam will see you in about 15 minutes. But until next week, we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.